A pack of furries saved me from gang members. Now that's an interesting topic. I'm pretty sure gang members would never touch furries because they're scared that they're gonna get infected. That they're gonna get whatever disease is coming their way. So I'm interested to see how this black man was saved by furries, and whether they tried to indoctrinate him.
A few years back, I was outside, black, young, and delicious, like I usually am.
See, that's the mistake he made. He went outside.
I'm minding my black business, going about my day around Detroit, Michigan, basically modern day Africa
I mean, he's not wrong.
in America. As I was scrolling and perusing and going through my day-to-day business, getting ready to walk to the anime convention, I noticed that, wait a minute, I'm in a little bit of a dangerous part of town. I noticed I was in a dangerous part of town because I felt a chill go up.
Because he lives in Detroit. That's how he found out he was in a dangerous part of town. I've heard this. I don't know how true this is, but people in America have told me that if you find yourself on any street that's named after a civil rights activist, you need to get the fuck out of there immediately. Right? They're like, the casualty ratio is too high. If there's a street that's named after a civil rights activist, you get the fuck off that road immediately. You sprint. You don't even walk. You don't, you change directions. Whatever you were doing, find another way. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is, though. That's just the advice I've been given.
My butt crack all the way to my spine and hit the back of my neck because I felt the eyes of a lurker behind me, a predator of sorts, not like an animal, but more like a pack, a rampage of black people. I look behind me and I see people dressed head to toe in a color I'm not too unfamiliar with, red, the color that bulls see and get.
Oh shit. Did he have an encounter with the Bloods?
Angry at. I'm a little bit perplexed and confused. My entire soul shakes and I clench up a little bit. I try to turn around, but they ask me the question that no black person ever wants to hear.
Have you handed in your job application?
Hey, where are you from? As soon as I heard that, I knew my life was forfeit.
Shit.
I knew at this exact moment.
That was going to be my third guess.
I logged out the server. I knew that I probably
Devilous, that was going to be my second guess.
wasn't going to live or exist at this exact moment. My body began to shudder. I didn't even have a moment to speak, not even a second to speak, before I see another group of fine young gentlemen directly in front of me, of the same color variety. Oh no, the opposite of blue, red. And I'm not talking Pokemon here. I was screwed. I was annihilated. I could tell at this exact moment that.
Thank you, Jester Zero. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've got a thought on my mind. And I don't know if I should say it or not. I don't know how much trouble it's going to get me in. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. You know, if you think about it, in the past, black people kind of were playing Pokemon. It's just they weren't the trainers.
That I had to pray to whatever gods I could find in this moment because I was going so.
And the best part is the gang is red and blue, the first two Pokemon games released on the Game Boy. I can't make this shit up. Fuck, man. He was playing. His ancestors were probably playing the pre-released version of Pokemon Black and White. It was just a completely different rule set back then. Damn.
Somewhere, whether it be Nirvana, reincarnation, or heaven, I knew that I was going to end everything here at this exact moment. I began to get on my knees and try to beg, but they lift me up and said, "Nah, man, what you got on you?" Beginning to pat me down, ruin my pockets. Thinking it was a police search,
shit.
I said I have the right to remain silent, and they said, "You got the right to what? Whooping?" I was a little bit confused. My butt getting kicked? You're gonna kick my butt? I was scared. I didn't know what was going on.
I'd be scared too.
I was aloof, one might say. However, I then, in the fair distance, see Perhaps a hallucination. No? What's that in the... A bunch of people in full suits. Is that the army? Oh my god, thank goodness. The U.S. Army is going to save me. No, this is something more dangerous than the army. I see ears, eyes, blinking, gigantic, anime-like. Am I going to get isekai'd? I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know what's going on. In the distance, I see a pack of furries. 7 of them in tow.
Oh shit. I'll take the gangsters. Give me the gangs. Give me the gangs. The furries are terrifying. Give me the gangs. At least the gangs will just beat you up, chop off a hand or a leg, steal your shoes. They'll leave you with your dignity. Furries will do fucked up shit to you.
Each of them walking the same route that I took because they were listening to Google Maps, same as me. Siri got me jumped. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was horrible. I hated every minute of it. They probably took the exact pathos that I took and parked in the same park that I parked. And they saw me getting pressed by about 10 young, fine African-American gentlemen.
I believe the correct term is basketball Americans. Get it right.
I see the pack of furries immediately rush and say, "What are you doing?" And then...
Oh, Christ. Yeah, look, if I was a hardcore gang member and some fucking dude in a dog suit ran up to me like that, I'd also be the fuck out of there because I've got one of two thoughts going through my head. It's, shit, the drugs are kicking in. Or 2, I am not engaging in this gay shit. I'm out of here.
A phallic member flew through the air. I was a little bit...
Furries are harmless if you're older than 9. That's what they want you to think. That's how they tie you in. Listen, just because they have a preference for things that are under the age of 9, just because they're like the furry on the furry flag, if you translate the Latin below their coat of arms, just that says like, you know, if it's not on the clock, it's time for cock, right? I mean, if it's on the clock, it's time for cock. Just because that's their mantra doesn't mean they won't reach outside of that.
Confused? I'm thinking I'm hallucinating. Psh, something floppy hit one of the black fine young gentleman's face. He falls a little bit, stumbled. I'm perplexed. A second one comes through the sky whoosh, with a swiftness, the amount of motion and velocity, the subtle wrist, the fur on the hand. I could tell this was at least a $7,000 first.
Yeah, you need an STD test after one of those touch you. Like that. Don't play around with that. Test. Get yourself tested immediately.
So I could tell by the entirety of it.
You know how they're like AIDS from a toilet seat used to be like a thing that people thought they could get? If the toilet seat was one of their hands, then yes.
Before I can make a price analysis and the price is right, I then see, boom, a smack across the head. Ooh, he stumbles. Is that man getting beaten by phallic-shaped members?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's terrifying because you know those things smell. You know they don't wash those between use cases. You know that group doesn't. There's no such thing as hygiene. I saw the internet historian video about FurCon. I saw the ball pit memes. Oh no. Get tested. It's probably too late. You probably have something that's incurable. You're probably patient 0 now for something that's gonna end humanity, but you might as well try.
Might
as well try save yourself.
Had these phallic objects striking the black men, getting them off of me as I was getting stumped out at the current moment. Smacking to and fro, getting them away, saying, "We got your back, buddy. Don't worry." They got my back?
Oh, they got your back. They got your ass as well.
I'm super excited. I stand up.
I wouldn't be excited.
Thanks, guys. We're like the Power Rangers now with no gigantic Megazord. The black guys say, "Oh, cuz, we about to get you, man." Throws a punch, but the punch does no damage as they're covered in a fursuit. They didn't even reach the actual body. However,
that's not the fursuit. That's the rolls of fat underneath. Have you ever tried to punch a fat person? Like in the stomach or something? And your hand, it's like your hand just disappears up to the elbow. Yeah.
Fursuit was hard, strong, looking fluffy, but somehow.
Oh, okay. But actually, yeah, I've got it wrong. It's probably that there's probably some crust on that fursuit. Yeah, that'll be like some aramid fiber. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. I'm wrong. Correction. I stand corrected.
Hard, soft, and hard at the same exact time. A perfect combination. A gentle miasma, mesmeration of power and beauty.
I bet when that punch landed, there was like a dust of like a puff of white dust that came off of it.
My body transcends. I begin to understand what it's like to be a furry. I begin to accept them. My body fully understands. I'm about to make a Sonic OC when I get home. I feel the power and strength of having community within this, the outcast of outcasts, the small group within the niche coming to my protection. And it was amazing. Watching a bunch of black men.
That's how they get you. This is how they get you. This is how the furries get you. He doesn't understand. He's in more danger now, not less.
Beaten up by a bunch of grown furry men in fursuits that probably cost more than my yearly salary, getting annihilated, and one specifically was in their mersuit. If you don't know what a mersuit is, look it up. I was a little bit confused, concerned, and perplexed. I was aghast, flabbergasted, one might say. Gee willikers, do I deserve this kindness? Is my life really gonna get saved by the very people I ridiculed my entire life? I began to think about all the horrible things I said about furries, all the wrongdoings I've done, all the.
I didn't know that furries recruit by beating up black gang members. Well, you got to think about it, right? Think about it this way. This is logical, Devless. If you're gonna be a big game hunter, you're gonna go after the big game, right? Now, what's the meme of black people? The meme of black people is they're all packing dick cannons, right? You're a furry. Do you want to catch a medium to small sized fish? Or do you want to be the big game hunter? Are you looking for the 12-inch bass? Of course. Of course it's go big or go home. It makes perfect sense. Especially since most farm owners see a guy in a fursuit and immediately ban them from their property. That means they've got to make do with what they can. They can't get near the horses. They can't get near the bulls. Maybe they'll fuck a chicken or two, but like, they can't get a chicken to fuck them. So you got to make do. You got to go for your second best option, which is a 12-inch hammer of a darker complexion. That's what they can get a hold of. That's what they'll use.
Personas I've made fun of on Twitter. Was this perhaps the furry god in heaven giving me a chance to repent?
To open.
I thought about that.
Yourself
as
up.
The phallic-shaped members hit the black men. And they said, man, I'm not getting beaten up by, phallics. And they left, running away.
See that? He's terrified of saying dicks because he understands how YouTube works. Little fun fact as an aside, that video I edited together, my most recent video on YouTube on my main channel, I had to upload it in components to YouTube and it kept on getting flagged. I must have made over 30 different alterations to the way I did things because it kept on getting flagged by the AI that like runs through transcripts and sees what's on the screen.
They picked me up.
And the private version, that's only for people who are part of the Patreon, has a certain component that got me in deep shit with the AI, and I think it got my channel flagged when I uploaded it, but I still uploaded it, and it's for the Patreons. It's the original way I intended a certain component to go.
Up and said, buddy, are you okay? I looked him in his big blinking eyes because I've never seen a fursuit that can blink. That must have cost a lot of money. I said,
yeah, shit.
But why'd you help me? They said, we're always helping somebody in need. We know what it's like to not get helped. And they left like a cowboy in the distance. I think about this so often because even to this day,
I'll take shit that didn't happen for $100. He just doesn't want to say that they dragged him off into a room and turned him into a fucking Swiss cheese block
I see furries getting ridiculed in the community. I see them getting annihilated, tossed to and fro, annihilated, destroyed. I see them still rocking their fursuits, still rocking their fursona, still paying $7,000 to draw them next to Hatsune Miku. I see this all the time. And I think to myself, it takes a lot of courage. It takes spirit. It takes soul.
I can't use Pumped Up Kid in Kicks, Joe. Unfortunately, that's a copyrighted song. And if I use a copyrighted song, it gets banned from certain countries. And there's no guarantee that you'll be able to see it from your home country because YouTube gets to decide what I'm allowed to publish or not. By the way, they're not a publisher, just so you're aware.
To be that way, later at the anime convention, I saw that same exact group of furries. And they said, hey, you want to eat with us? Little old
They're going to eat you out, dude. They're looking for sausage.
I was excited. Gosh, I'd love to eat with you. I was goofy about it. I was so excited. Did that entire anime convention because I went alone, like I usually did back in the day.
It's a bad idea.
I hung out with them. I went to their after parties, which was insane.
Never go to an anime convention alone, right? And I say this not... I say this for your own safety, right? Because there are certain people who cosplay at anime conventions. And what they'll do is they'll like molest some of the girls who are wearing like a cosplay. And then what they'll do is like the girl will turn around and be like, who the fuck was that? And the group of guys who are like doing the molesting in a group will point at the random guy who's like completely alone. And then it's his word against 5 people. Guess what happens next? I'm not saying this. I'm serious when I say this. I'm not saying this from zero experience. I'm saying this because in my country, there is an event called the Rage Expo. And there are cosplays at the Rage Expo. And at the Rage Expo, this shit happened multiple times. There are literally roving bands of teenage molesters who will blame, like, the guy who's standing alone. Be like, it was him. Like, he's like, look how fast he's walking away. I'm sorry, we can go catch him. Do you want us? And then they get to molest the girl and pretend to be the hero. It's real fucked up.
Insane and amazing. However, at said after party, I perhaps was not accepting or prepared for what went down there. They had told the tale of how they chased off the black delinquents to their other furry compatriots. Some people not in full mersuits, some people not in full fursuits, some people in just little ears and having a tail that's somehow coming out of them. Strange, I've never seen that before. And then I realized where I was. I was at a Smash Brothers convention. Throwed out the brothers in just a Smash. I was at a banquet of debauchery.
Oh no.
I was
time to leave.
In a place where I probably shouldn't have been.
Yes.
It got musty, sweaty, hot, and heavy real fast.
And that's before they took off the costumes.
And I watched it all. Because I felt like I owed them the sanctity to at least watch.
Hold on, what are the chances they were carrying dildos with them? All the furries have dildos on them. Yeah, that's pretty common. It's like I said, they're not washed. They were like mid-use. Think about it. How many pockets does a furry costume usually have? Based on what I've seen, I don't think it's got pockets. They're using their prison wallet to carry that around. So where do you think those weapons appeared from? Come on, this is basic logic.
They touched my back, gave me a back massage.
Oh no.
And I know they get down crazy there. They get down in dirty nuts. The craziest thing about the entire event was that they didn't come out of their suits. To this day, I don't know what a lot of them look like. I only know them by their furry names. Ryzen, Xerxes, Soupy, all of you that may see this video one day. I respect and appreciate you. Now, was I taken aback and aghast by the fact that you all were playing video games while getting down and heavy? Yes. Was I excited you saved my life from the black youths that tried to rob me and stomp me out? 100% I was.
Should have just gotten robbed and stomped out. He's leaving out chunks of the story. This is the trauma and the Stockholm syndrome I'm talking about. He's leaving out huge chunks of the story. He doesn't want to admit what happened.
I think about you guys all the time. I think about how you didn't have to save me, but you did. I think about the fact of the matter that you got really too hot and heavy and
Roze, I know a
decided that
group of fursuiters that pack plates under their fluff.
Oh no.
But they are also outcasts. So I guess there's that.
They pack plates. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm not sure I want to know what that means.
maybe I deserve to be a part of this. I think about the one person that drew me as a Sonic character, drew me as Ceros the Echidna, because I'm black. And we all know Knuckles is black.
Hold on. Is that like an actual character? Did he mean Knuckles? You know, carrier plates. Like actual body armor. Jesus Christ. Oh, I suppose if you're a furry, there's always a risk. Oh, that's his name. Okay, so he got drawn as Knuckles. Holy shit. Holy shit. Even the furries stereotyped this poor motherfucker. Even the furries were like, you're black, you must be Knuckles. Jesus Christ. God damn. Oh, this poor man, he got stereotyped and raped all in the same day.
Appreciate that. I got saved by a bunch of furries. I respect you guys now. You have an ally. I salute you.
That's Stockholm Syndrome. Poor man. I feel bad for him. It's pretty common, I suppose. Like, right, when you can't deal with the trauma, your mind, like, finds a way to protect you by, like, working its way through these very strange levels of mental gymnastics. And I suppose that was his, right? That was what his brain was looking for. Was a way out